On this episode, we discuss one-hit wonders.
Okay, then my first wonder is, will Steve let me interview him?
The one-hit wonders, not wonders.
Okay,
Not
I wonder if Steve will hit me if I ask him personal questions.
No, not okay. So it's not wonders; it's one-hit wonders, and I'm not going to hit you. It's the songs that artists performed, and they only had one top 100 hit, and then they didn't have another top 100 hit. One hit, one.
So what you're saying is no matter which direction I go, you're going to make my interview of you kind of difficult.
No, I didn't say that. However, let's see if Polite Scott can run an interview.
And let's see if attention deficit Steve will stay on track.
Yeah, good luck.
I think I'm going to need it.
If I find my way home, yeah.
Welcome to What Happened in the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show and podcast.
And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. Yay!
And I paid attention this time. I'm actually on top of things.
You are?
I
Okay.
are. I'm on top of this chair.
You're on top of the world?
I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation and the only inspiration I can find.
What we did miss on September 25th, we did miss One Hit Wonder Day.
Yes, we did.
Something I noticed. So, and they have a big list of one hit wonders. Like some of them I knew.
They do.
I don't know how you could have a national day for that, but I guess.
Well, the part that's funny is this isn't even close to all of them.
Well, there's a list of all of them that you can look up. But did you know that there's a national calendar day?
I think I might have known that, but I completely forgot about it because when you said it, it says, "Hey, wait, that sounds familiar."
Yeah, so National Calendar Day the National Day Calendar.com. I don't know if that's the only one, but I know there's a website out called National Day Calendar. And if you click on the link in there, you can get to it.
Cool.
So
I used to sing along to the Tiny Tim one.
You used to sing along to the Tiny Tim National.
No, the one hit
Day
wonder
calendar?
from Tiny Tim.
You used to. Are you talking about the calendar? Or are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one hit wonders because that's actually the first subject matter that you sort of derailed a little bit on, and I brought us right back to it.
Well, you derailed what I was derailing.
Exactly.
First, I was talking about how you know about these days.
Oh, I understand. So it sort of does tie in. Okay.
It totally ties in. If you look at the link that's there, it takes you to the National Day Calendar. You see that on the webpage?
National Day Calendar. Yes, I see that.
So if you click on that, and it tells you about all kinds of stuff, you know.
There are over 1,500 national days. Woohoo!
There's only 365 days. So would they just sell it to anybody?
Well, I'll tell you right now. You know that all the arenas and sporting venues and stuff have corporate names on them now. So, yes, you'll sell it to anybody.
So is this kind of like the National Star Registry? You
Sure,
don't actually
why not?
own it. Although, did you see there's a guy selling property on the moon? Oh, actually on all of the planets.
On all the planets. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that you can buy.
Interesting because
You can buy
not
property.
legal.
Well, I guess he went to the UN or whatever and got permission to, but I don't know. Because no country could
Correct.
own. But I guess apparently private people can own, but I'm not sure how you're gonna. I guess maybe you can get some. You can buy the property and go up there with when you go on your space shuttle.
Oh yeah. That'll work. See, because the way it works throughout history is the first person there to put a stake in the ground with their name on it, and then to register that information with the local assayer's office makes them the owner of that property.
But there's no local assayer's office.
Correct.
So how does that work?
Well, offhand, I would have to say that by having this guy file a paperwork for you, then you have to get there and put a stake in the ground with your name on it, let him know that it is officially there, and then they finish it. That would be my guess.
Okay. Well, I do want you to notice on the National Day calendar, and then we'll get to the one-hit wonders, there is a National Day recipes. So if you ever talk to Scott the Entertainer cooks for you, or Fun Guy the Entertainer cooks for
yeah.
you. They have a National Day recipe calendar.
Interesting.
So there are dinners, desserts, cakes, beverages. I'm not exactly sure how to use the webpage because I have yet to find a calendar that shows me what day is what on this thing.
Yeah, I'm looking too, and I don't see it either.
So I've done absolutely no research on this. Yeah, no, it says it's a calendar at a glance, but you click on it, there's no calendar.
That's right. That's what I see.
So I'm not sure about that, but
however, you can buy corporate T-shirts and sticker promos and all sorts of stuff from this guy.
Yeah. So all right. So that's it for that. All right.
Okay. Cool.
So back to One Hit Wonder, but yeah. Oh, it's for you. Who is it? Who is it? Is the phone too far?
Oh, hang on. Keep talking.
Is the phone too far away again? Why will you not move that phone closer so when people call you, we can put them on the air? It is closer. That's close. You get up and you walk away, and it sounds like you're on the other side of the earth. So, what is this? Simply click on him to see me. He's coming back with the phone? Are you coming back with the phone?
It's kind of funny because Susie doesn't ever want to be on the show, and she knows I came up here to do the show, but she just remembered that I forgot to check gas in her car. So she wanted to make sure I remembered before I went to bed tonight.
You have to check gas?
Make sure she's got enough gas to get to work because she never looks at the gas gauge, ever.
Really?
Really. It is my job every weekend to drive her car and to check the gas, and we did not drive her car this weekend.
Oh, why? Did you not go anywhere?
Well, no, because the places we went to, I was buying larger things, and they go in my van because I need that space.
What'd you buy?
I'm having a brain fart what they're called. Adjustable feet for scaffolds and the pads.
Oh, okay.
Because we're finally building the garage on the property. Not the barn, but the garage.
Well, that'll be a plus. So you can get the trucks out of the way so that people stop looking badly at you. But so back to September 25th and the National Day calendar, nationaldaycalendar.com. Put the link in there, Scott, for them. But I was looking at some of the songs here, and I saw the days, but then I just searched in one-hit wonder songs.
Yes.
And I'm going to share. How do I do this? List of songs. Okay, I guess that'll work. I'm going to share this.
Funny part is I can probably sing every one of these, at least on the list here.
Yeah, so let's see.
And I know there's a lot more than the ones on this list.
All right, so I just shared the web page. So this is list of songs. I don't know why it says list of songs, but how do you list of songs for one-hit wonders? These are all apparently one-hit wonders.
Okay.
And is this one-hit wonders? List of songs. This list of songs article, musical compilation of voice.
Okay, no, these songs that are showing up on here are not one-hit wonders.
No,
okay.
Here's one-hit wonder songs.
Queen is huge.
Well, yeah. So, all right.
Okay.
So let's go here.
Most of these, I agree. Yep, these are part of the ones that I knew that they were the only hit. No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. Dead or Alive had a couple of the songs, but didn't make it up. I believe they have to make what? Top 100.
Yeah, the 10. I don't know. It'd be top 100 before they were. Okay, so.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know.
And here's what's funny. I can sing all these too.
You can't sing. You can't sing this one. The Addams Family Womp tag team.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know that one.
I played it and I didn't know it. I did that too. But some of them are weird. Kung Fu Fighting, Carl Douglas. We knew
everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Do, 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 do.
And then Safety Dance.
I actually do that one really well. I won a singing contest with that one.
Okay. Jenny was a one-hit wonder for Tommy T.
8675309.
I know, but they actually have that phone number. I wonder if it still works.
The thing is, you have to have the right area code. And what they used to do is they figured out where he was or where he was singing about, and they
Oh, yeah.
purchased that phone number for X amount of time and put a recording on it. Thank you for listening to our song and liking our song, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, well, that sucks that I'm going to search that. You go with the
Don't forget, that was 1981. That was a long time ago. As a result, I'm sure they're not keeping it up.
Well, you keep talking about some of the other songs.
Okay. Well,
search.
I remember we were doing a New Year's Eve show at a big resort in our area. And one of the ladies came up to me and requested the song from the Divinals, I Touch Myself. Now, I didn't think anything about it because it is, a fairly popular song for the time, and it was fairly danceable. But she's on this dance floor, which has mirrors on two sides of it, so that, where if you're dancing in the corner, you can see yourself twice. And she was basically masturbating on the dance floor on New Year's Eve in front of all these people dressed in tuxedos.
Nice.
That song I will never, ever, ever, ever forget.
I would imagine. So, it doesn't say, oh, Bubba sneeze.
Chewy. Yeah, I beat you to it. But yeah, it's the Tiny Tim song. I used to even get the vibrato in there when I sang the song, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I can't find it with an area code. So yeah, that's weird. Oh boy.
All right, well, go ahead and stop sharing this.
I can't. Sneezing. But there's more songs.
Well, of course there's more songs, but you don't need to share.
Harper Valley PTA. That was a one. Oh, whatchamacallit was a one-hit wonder for Vicki Lawrence. Speaking of Harper Valley PTA, wasn't Harper Valley PTA the night that the lights went out in Georgia?
No.
Wasn't the follow-up from that? But that was Vicki Lawrence. Putting on the Ritz Taco.
I love that song.
Cannonball the Breeders. Eve of Destruction. Very popular song by Barry McGuire.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus. One toke over the line. 1970.
So there's a ton of them.
And here's another funny thing, because up until recently, I was pretty much anti-pot. So the fact that I enjoyed that song was kind of funny.
Yeah. But yeah, pop music. Pop music.
Yep.
M.
Yeah, with the group M. I like it. Every time I see that, I think, that's from James Bond.
What is?
M.
Oh, M. Okay. Wow. Lost me on that.
Yep.
All right. So
or
Scott.
Men in Black.
Okay. So Scott has evergreens behind him for the fall season. Is that why you have are those chicks and hens also?
No, they're not. I tried to find out what they're called. Nobody knows the answer, and I didn't want to disturb the house. I was doing a wedding in Racine on the lakefront on Lake Michigan. And this was the house that they were right next to when they were taking pictures down by the water. And this guy really did a great job on his landscape. It was just stunning.
Cool.
So I took a picture of it because I thought it was just so pretty.
All right. So next subject, since I interviewed Scott thought it would be fair to interview me. So I'm going to limit the interview for time's sake and entertainment's sake. Oh. So as part of my interview, I thought I would update everyone on our refrigerator.
Yes, please.
So on the refrigerator, as you recall, we just had visit number 8. Ooh. So they let go.
What happened to Lucky 7?
Well, Lucky 7, at the end of 7, he said, please do me a favor. Let the company know that you would like to request a new technician. So I did.
You did that already, too.
And they sent out a new technician. And he came out, listened to the story of the other guy, and says, oh, you need a new door. So he goes, there's a short auto wire in the door. It's famous for these refrigerators. And I'm going to order you a new door.
Okay.
Says the door is on back order. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get the new door.
Okay.
And he said, here's a phone number for you to call on the Lemon Law and see if they'll replace it, because the door costs around $800 to $900. So instead of replacing the door, they can replace the refrigerator for one that's less than whatever.
Yes.
Than what I paid for it. So as you recall, like first my freezer wasn't cold enough, which we got a comment on that my freezer wasn't cold enough.
Right.
That of course doesn't make ice, but everything in there was frozen, so it was cold enough.
Yes.
Then the guy went to replace the thing that tips the ice over, but that wasn't it because that wasn't it. Then he went to then he replaced the valve that turns on and off, and then he came back after it stopped again and said, "Well, the valve I put in was probably defective," so he replaced it again with another one. Then he came back and said that, "Well, now your freezer's too cold, so the water's freezing in the line, and that's why it's not working." And then he just gave up and said, "Call somebody else." So then the other guy
should have kept coming, because if you showed up 3 more times, you would have had to invite him to your kid's wedding.
I know it was just so no. The ice maker is still not fixed, and yeah, I have no idea.
Did you call the Lemon Law number?
That was on a Saturday.
Okay,
I'm waiting for Monday to roll.
I understand.
So the show's on Saturday. He said wait till Monday. So
okay.
So there's that. So that's part of that interview in my life right there. So
okay.
So that's going on. I'm just very self-aware. So that doesn't mean that I'm any different than anybody else. It's just that I notice these things are going on, and to me they just seem weird. And it probably happens to a bunch of other people too. But I don't know if anybody's ever had a repairman come in and say your freezer is not cold enough, and that's why it's not making ice. And then the same guy come back and tell you that it's too cold.
It's too cold.
And that's why it's not making ice. So I pick one. Would you do?
Yeah, it probably would have helped a little bit. So
what else do you want to ask of me?
All right.
I'm sorry. We are out of time.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. We're gonna do this like a real interview. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Scott with WHTTHW, and we're here today interviewing Steve from Las Vegas.
Hello, Scott. Or do you like to go by Funguy?
Well, for this, it's Scott. It's Funguy The Entertainer is the other guy.
Well, it's still the same guy.
It's still the same guy. But I did the WHTTHW or whatever, WH thing. See? Or
yeah, what happened to
I did it right the first time.
What happened to the world today?
Yes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve has been around not quite as long as I have, but he's been around.
Thank goodness.
So, well, was it Glenbard North that you graduated from?
Yes.
Correct?
All right. Glenbard North. Out of Carroll Stream, Illinois. So now everybody can go look me up. And I don't know why they'd want to do that, but I grew up in a day before all the social media and stuff like that. So
that is correct. So you actually have to go to one of those sites that shows the pictures of all the yearbook pictures to see what Steve looked like with hair.
Or you can go to the newspaper, look at the microfiche, and see newspaper articles.
Oh, yes, that's correct. They can do that.
I can do the research that way.
Were you an AV person in school?
Of course, I was an AV nerd.
That's what I thought. Because I met you the year after you graduated high school, if I recall correctly.
I'm still an AV nerd.
Of course. Well, we both kind of are, but all right. Why are you chewing on that, Rabbit? And I'm running. Well, he's chewing on something. Okay.
Okay, interview's over. Thank you very much. We're now on to the Rabbit.
Yes, the Rabbit is here. What was your first job?
My first job. My first job was, did I cut lawns first or did I do magic shows first? It'd probably be cutting lawns first, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Cutting lawns. Now that would be my first job.
Right. That was my second, because I had the family business to start with.
Yeah.
First.
So I think that was my first job.
Okay.
But I've always lived life with a very good philosophy, which was when I wrote my book, I was going to name my book after this, and then found out 2 years ago, one of the directors of Second City stole my title.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you remember to sue him for, of course, you probably didn't copyright it yet.
He wrote it first. He wrote the book first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after you had your first job and you continued on working on it.
You're not going to ask the question, are you?
What's the name of what you had chosen?
Or what were my philosophies?
There we go. What were your philosophies?
Wow. Who's running this interview?
Well, I was going to go somewhere else, but that's a valid point. I should have done that.
You can write your notes. Now I can't remember the name of the dang book. I can't remember the exact Second City. What is it called? What do you do? Oh, improv.
Yes,
improv. The almanac.
Okay.
I don't know. But my philosophy on life is if it's not illegal, immoral, and you don't go into it knowing that somebody's going to get hurt. Like,
yes.
Don't get me wrong. I've done dangerous things where you can get hurt.
Yes.
But the sole purpose of doing it was to get hurt.
Not hurt someone else. Yes.
Or hurt somebody else. I wouldn't do it. Right.
See, now I already knew that because you told me that many, many times. So I didn't think this is where you're going with that.
Oh, but how many people have heard that?
You've mentioned it on the show a couple times.
Do I? Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, because that's the thing. You talk a lot.
I do talk a lot. Oh, and the name of my book was going to be Yes and, going along with that philosophy. Hey, you want to do that? Yes and. So Yes and was written by one of the directors of Second City in Chicago, and stole the idea from me because in improv, the fastest way to kill a skit is just say no.
That is correct.
So when you do a skit, it's always yes and.
Okay.
So that was going to be the name of my book, Yes and. But now,
as long as we're talking about the fact that you are always out looking to do wild and crazy things, have you ever done any of the two things that I say I will not do? Let's see if you remember what those two things are.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember.
A lot of people say the same thing because, I've had so many different types of occupations. I've done so much stuff. What are
the two things you won't do?
I will not jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Oh, okay.
And
I've
I will not jump.
That.
You have done that or you have not?
Have not. But
okay.
I've gone hang gliding. I won't parasail. No, parasail?
Yeah,
no.
I want to parasail.
Not parasail. What is the one where you go and they do it in California with a big canopy and they fly and then they flip up and then the thing slacks up and then they crash?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, they're trick.
No, they're not trick things. Flying parachutes.
They're not round. They're rectangular, so they can do stunts with them.
Rectangular. They're more like a ultra. It's not ultra. No, it's not ultralights, but it's that type of parachute. It's like an ultralight parachute. It's a big. Well, here, let me get some pictures up here, and I'm going to share the screen again.
Pictures.
Scott loves so much when I share. Let's go.
Steve, I love it when you share.
Those kind of parachutes, but without the motor.
Right.
Those big curvy.
Like I was saying, they're rectangular.
That is not a rectangle.
For all practical purposes, it's a curved rectangle. All right, so they're a little rounded on the ends, but still.
More like a feminine hygiene pad.
Well, okay, that's true, and that would fit you perfectly well.
Parachute. Is this guy. Yeah, this guy's in one right here.
Right.
So, but it doesn't say.
Because they can do tricks with those.
Well, yeah, but you're not supposed to. You just, on these parachutes, you can fly over stuff.
Correct.
And you catch the thermals in California. Whoops. You catch the thermals in California.
Yes.
And you can do that. Let me stop sharing that. But yeah, those things. I won't do those because I see those things collapse on people all the time. And you don't have enough time to pull your reserve parachute.
No, because you're pretty low. So, all right. And the other thing I will never, ever, ever do is jump off a bridge with rubber bands tied around my ankles.
Oh, bungee jumping?
Yes.
I've not bungee jumped either. However, I would do that.
Okay. The closest I came, have you ever been to the slingshot thing that you can see in certain tourist areas?
Yeah.
Where you get in the cage and it's pulled down, and once they lock you in the cage, they release it. And you go, whee, straight up like a slingshot in the air.
You did one of those? Did they have the camera on you?
I have done that.
And did they have the camera on you?
Of course they did.
Did you get the video?
I did not.
Oh, why not, dude?
Because it was $10 freaking.
I know, but then when you look back on it, it'd be so cool to have. We could show that on the show.
Yeah, well, yeah, except I was fairly stoic, which the person I was with wasn't.
Yeah, see, that would be fun.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, but
yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So no, I mean those kinds of things. When I was growing up
in
and
the
doing
Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah, when I was growing up and doing all kinds of weird stuff, weren't as popular. That's kind of a newer thing, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
So
Okay.
so what else? So those are the only two things you won't do. I find that hard to believe. Notice how I've switched this around. And now the interview's about Scott, and Scott has not even realized that. So what other things wouldn't you do?
Well, those are the two things that I just tell people I wouldn't do. There's a lot of, remember, we're talking about things that are illegal. There's a lot of I won't do illegal stuff. So, but
Right.
anywho,
So you've never run drugs.
That's correct.
You've never moonshined.
That is also correct.
I mean, that's where NASCAR got its birth. So why not? You can do
That is
moonshine.
correct. See, you actually know this stuff.
How about speeding?
How about speeding?
Yeah,
I
driving above the
don't
speed
do
limit.
speed.
No, driving above the speed limit. Like, yeah, I know you don't do it when you're in your commercial vehicles. But what about personal vehicles?
Well, I follow the flow of traffic, which is what the law states.
Yeah, tell that in front of a judge. You know what he'll tell you, right? That'll be $400. Please pay the clerk.
Well, yes, but they also take the points away when you say it that way.
Yeah, well, you just go and plead insanity. At least that's what I used to call it. I'd call it pleading insanity. I throw myself on the mercy of the court. But now you can get it plead down to a traffic ticket.
Yes.
That's the big scam now. Now it's just become a moneymaker. They don't really want to stop people from speeding because
Right.
they would lose a revenue stream. So that's my conspiracy theory that would happen. But,
Okay.
we
Now
are
back to the interview.
We're desperately running out of time.
So
So
one more question before we switch subjects.
So you want to go? Oh, you do want to go to the next subject? Okay.
We're going to do one more here.
Oh, geez.
All right. Where did you meet your wife, Peggy?
Where did I meet my wife, Peggy? In Chicago. Okay. So
Come on. Let's hear
that's
the story.
legit.
No, we got to hear the story. Got to
That
hear
is
the
legit.
story.
that is legit. That's where I met her. I met her in Chicago. So I had a really good friend who his friends had a video scavenger hunt every year. And the video scavenger hunt happened to be downtown Chicago.
Right.
So, in Chicago. So we would go to their house to start with because they lived, their apartment. They lived in Chicago. And we divide up into teams, and you'd have one video camera, and then you'd have a team of like 10 or so, and you'd have to go around. And instead of stealing things and gathering them up and bringing them all back to the location, you would videotape yourselves doing things or just videotape yourself doing things.
Correct.
And a whole list of things to do. Like Oz Park is a huge park downtown Chicago. And you'd have to go there and do a scene from The Wizard of Oz. So everybody in your group would act out The Wizard of Oz, you videotape it. You'd go to the L, which is the train, and you would do a scene from elevated train, yeah, from the Brady Bunch. Or you would go up to a Chicago police officer and ask them who they voted for in the last election. Or you'd have to find somebody to take to a bar and do a beer bong with. Or what were some of the other fun things that you had to do? I don't remember what they were. Oh, how many people could you get into a porta potty? So that was like a clown car trick. Because it was always fun because everybody always start the video with the door closed and then open up the door and have people coming out of the porta potty. So that was fun. Then you'd go back to a local bar and they would connect up the video to the big screen TV there, and we'd score the team so everybody would get to see all the things that they did.
Right.
And, we'd have drinks and food, and that's how the evening would end. Well, my buddy Bob invited me, and Tom and Eileen. So Bob was friends with Karen, who was friends with Eileen, and Pam, who was Peg's sister, was friends with. Am I boring you?
No, Goobers is right here. I'm trying to get him on the show.
You. So we'll just skip out then. But yeah, Peggy was invited by her sister. So they brought their brother's video camera, but they didn't know how to use it. So.
And Steve wouldn't have any clue how to use video camera
right,
because he's not a nerd.
Right. That's why he let in with that question, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I know where he's going. So Tom goes, I don't know, but go check out this guy, Steve. He seems to know what he's doing because he's got a camera, a microphone, a battery pack. He's the one wearing those Zubas. Now, talking of one-hit wonders, you everybody remember Zubas?
You betcha.
The zebra striped sweatpants, I guess, whatever they were. So, yeah, so she came over and I helped her with the camera. But she was on the opposite team because you can't have two cameras on the same team. So they went and their stuff, we did our stuff. And then afterwards at the reveal party or the points party or whatever at the bar, I obviously started talking to her and invited her at the time. My sister had season tickets to the Chicago Blackhawks and asked her if she wanted to go to a hockey game. And she said, sure, I think.
I think.
Yeah, I think I want to go. But yeah, she wasn't sure. So she gave me her work phone number.
Smart girl.
Not her phone number.
That's right. That way she can pass you off if she needed to.
Yep.
Smart girl.
So that is how I met my so that is how I met your mother.
Quick, folks, what show is that from?
Another one-hit wonder, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a one-hit wonder. That show went on for a long time. It was a good show.
Not on the air anymore.
So
you know what? So speaking of How I Met Your Mother, Colby Smulders, the girl from How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
What was her character's name? Not Lily, because Lily is, from American Pie. The other girl. What was the other girl's name?
I can't remember her name.
So I was watching a movie the other day, and I was like, you know how you play the game 6 Degrees of Separation with Kevin Bacon?
Right.
Well, I'm thinking you could do 6 Degrees of Separation with her because she's been in all the Marvel movies.
Oh, yes.
Right? She's been in a ton of movies.
A ton, literally.
I mean, I'm impressed, but I bet you can do 6 Degrees of Separation with her and name all the current stars. Like you used to be able to do it Kevin Bacon at his time.
Yeah.
You could connect within 6, he was in a movie with, wow, God, I can't even think of anybody's name right now. He was in a movie with
Renee Zellweger.
Tom Cruise, yeah. But Tom Cruise in a movie with Renee Zellweger, and boom, boom, you can connect them up.
Yes.
But you probably connect up Colby Smulders that way. So, yeah.
I agree.
So did I derail your interview enough so that you'll have to do it on the next show?
Certainly.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
I warned him it was coming. I warned him. He said, well, we had to do mine in 2 shows. I go, you're going to have to do mine over like a month. Get a little bit out. But you guys should be a little more structured, Like, are you going to talk about my childhood? Are you going to talk about the fun things?
Well, see, the problem is I don't do interviews. That's what you normally do. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to try it. And you're right. I should have wrote it down. I was thinking about writing it down. I should have.
Yeah, next time write it down so I don't derail you. But you can ask me the tough questions of why am I not famous yet?
Why aren't either one of us famous yet? Especially since I'm the actual entertainer. Not that you're not an entertainer also, but it's what I do for a living. It
says so in your name.
That's right.
Funguy the Entertainer.
One of them, anyway.
Yeah.
Or my entertainment company, which was Scott Thomas Entertainment.
That too. But yeah, I don't know why we're not famous yet. I mean, we're between, I don't know. I mean, I guess we could be if I wanted to. If I wanted to suffer, pay my dues financially.
Yes.
Which I can't afford to do.
Neither one of us can. That's
I'm supporting.
The problem.
You're supporting a wife, and I'm. We could just go all out, and we'll get some sponsors. We just gotta. I don't know. Again, if we knew, then we'd be famous.
Yes, that's
so
correct.
We got that going for us.
Hey, wait a minute. We could change our name to the Clueless Dudes.
Yeah, the Clueless Dudes. Oh, yeah. That'd be
all right. Guess what it's time for?
It's time for another interview of me of what I did on the golf course this weekend. So ask me about my golf game.
No, is that what time it is?
We're gonna table that for the next show too. So the next show is gonna be more tidbits on me.
What comes after an interview with Steve?
I don't know. You got this. Oh,
the genuine positivity message.
Does a genuine positive. All right, so we're at 35 minutes already.
Yeah, so I'll do this fast.
No, don't do it fast. I like these. Take your time. Do it clearly, concisely, and tell us, Funguy the Entertainer, what is our genuine positivity message?
Keeping a positive attitude when life is trying to hammer you down is sometimes a huge challenge. However, it is still less work than trying to climb back up from the bottom of despair. So don't be afraid of a little hard work. Keep it positive.
There you go. I do like this one. We need to make that shorter and more concise, and I think that's great. However, it is less work than trying to climb back from the bottom of despair, from the bottom of the pit of despair.
I'm
going to add that. But then we just need to add something before that to make it all one there. However, it's less work than trying to. Oh, there it is. Staying positive is less work than climbing back up from the bottom of the pit of despair. I like that one. What do you think about that one?
Okay, that works.
That's a shirt right there. I just fixed the positivity message.
Okay.
All right. So do we want to just skip the next one, go to our original origin story?
Yeah, because this is probably a long thing, isn't it?
I'm gonna be on a soapbox.
Yeah. Rats. Can you do it in under 5 minutes?
No.
All right, then we'll skip it.
Skip it.
All right. Now, for Frey's origin story,
so you went international again.
Yes, and I listened to it like 20 times, but it's been so long since I've listened to it because I do the show. I can't remember how to say it anymore.
Apres?
Where is Andrew when you need him?
Apres la beau temps.
I just don't know that. I don't know the PLUIE. Apres la beau temps. How close am I? Play it. Apres la pluie.
I'm working on it. It's not. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Come on. There it goes.
I don't hear it. Do you hear it? I don't hear it. Do you hear it? I don't hear it.
Hang on, you're talking over it, and I can't hear it when you talk.
Well, this is an audio show.
Après la pluie, le beau temps.
Le beau temps? Temps is Tom? Really?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
All right.
So I know what it means. So après is skiing, right? Après skiing, so it's after, right? So après skiing is after, right? So it has something to do with after. So what is, a pluie la beau, right? So pluie is stinky, like pew, pew, and la beau is a stinky boyfriend. So after a stinky boyfriend, you're temporarily happy.
Okay. You know something? You are almost right on the money this time.
What is it?
It's a poetic way to say better days are ahead and disappointment will turn to hope.
Well, there it is.
But here's the cool part.
What's the literal meaning?
If you translate the sentence literally, it's after the rain, nice weather.
Okay, so I got one of the words right.
Yep. Or every cloud has a silver lining because life, like itself, weather is so changeable.
Well, I'm impressed that I knew, like, from après skiing.
That's right.
That was after skiing, right?
That's right.
So all the time sitting in a bar drinking after I went skiing paid off.
And I actually came up with the origin this time. This was a tough one. It took me a while to find the origin for it.
Really?
It's from a 13th century Latin proverb from the post-nubile Phoebus, who is an early Roman poet. Fortune is as fickle as the weather because sometimes misfortune makes you happier or stronger in the end.
Yes. I was pretty close then, but it wasn't rain. I said a bad boyfriend. Did I say? Yeah, because pew, bad boyfriend. I did pretty good. See, I don't need to speak French.
No,
Although, if you go to France, you should learn to try and speak French. because that's why they hate Americans. Did you know that?
Because we're too arrogant to learn to speak theirs. Just like we always bitch at the Mexicans for not speaking English here. That's how they feel there when we go to their country, and we expect them to understand English.
And be cool with us, yeah.
Yeah.
And don't ever call your waiter garçon. Garçon, that means boy. So they don't like that either.
Right. And whatever you do, don't walk up to a girl in the bar and go, voulez-vous coucher avec moi? And expect not to get slapped.
Hooker? Oh, Polly. What is that song? Lady Marmalade?
Right.
Voulez-vous coucher?
No, it's voulez-vous coucher avec moi? In other words, do you want to go to bed with me?
Is that what it's asking?
That's what it means. Yes.
Oh, that should be a phrase origin story from our one hit wonder. That'd have been a good one for today.
Sure.
But it wasn't. So did we run out of subjects? We're done with my interview for this show?
We're done with the interview for the show.
You're going to come back and either pick a...
I certainly shall. And I'm going to write down a list.
You'll pick either a childhood, where I've lived, how I've been to all 50 of the United States.
Well, I already had that was one of the things I was going to do, the where you've lived thing, but I wanted to do the Peggy thing because she's going to watch the show.
You would hope, but we can't count on that.
Yes.
So with that, I want to say...
Wait. The
Why we're not famous?
Says, I listen to Steve every day. Why do I want to watch him on a computer?
Exactly.
It's so classic.
Why we're not famous already. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching. I got a point up here.
Thank you. Uncle Sam wants you.
Let's try that magic trick. All right, wait, I can't do it now. Wait, which hand was it?
It was your left hand, yes.
Oh, right there.
Actually, right hand does it too.
Right there. Take a look at that.
Yeah,
it looks like I have a Band-Aid around my thumb, but I don't. Look, magic.
No, yeah.
Band-Aid.
Trick of the lightning.
Band-Aid. Okay. I have no idea where we were, but I'd like to thank you.
If show is not a bad life decision.
Please subscribe, watch our other shows and channels. Please go to whathappened.world down there. From there you can connect to our social media, Instagram, Facebook. You can see what I did over the weekend. Went and did some fun stuff.
Steve does stuff all the time on the weekends. I freaking work.
Went golfing. I do stuff during the week too. I got to get back to some shows. I've got to get What Happened to the World Today going again. I will be going to a haunted house.
Vegas today.
I will be going to a haunted house. Town Scary. So that'll be fun. So I got to get that posted up. It's at Town Square Mall. So they're calling it Town Scary. It's kind of cool. So that'll be fun. I like being scared. But with that, I want you to live every day and do it if it's not illegal, not immoral, and doesn't hurt anybody, or the intent isn't to hurt anybody. And we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.
Be crazy, but you still amaze me.